presentation to share with you. And thank you, Chair Kerwin and members of the board for giving me this opportunity. If somebody could pull up my slides. Excellent. You can advance to the next slide, please. There we go. All right. So the first thing I'd like to just give everybody some insight into is sort of kind of a mid-year temperature check on how we're doing at the University of Rhode Island, particularly with so many of the things that have been going on in the federal landscape, as you've heard. So my team really pulled these data, and I want to qualify that they're not sort of finalized down to the decimal point, but it's really a landscape overview of where we are. And the bottom line is, I think we can take a nice deep breath and say, you know, we're doing okay on this front. And again, this has been a lot of work credited to teams of my staff members, and in particular our faculty who have not been given up. So you can see more proposals have been outbound in FY26 than FY25, and what we're comparing in this table are the start of the fiscal year to December, so that really first half. So fiscal year 26 started in July, and you know the thick of this new administration. New awards that have come in are very close to where they were in FY25 and that time period. So that's really the FY25 end of the Biden administration compared to FY26 in the thick of the Trump administration. And so, you know, our numbers are holding for awards. They're down. Remember, we had a government shutdown that also impacted agencies getting awards out the door. Expenses, these are the expenditures, so PIs are continuing to spend, and this is what brings the F&A into the university. We get cost reimbursement as those are spent. And so again, the spending on awards is keeping things going and keeping the flow of F&A into the university. And the revenues are very, very close from the F&A from FY25 and FY26. So pleased to say that we're looking in a pretty, stable financial situation at this point in time from this part of the year. So I can pause there while this slide is up if anyone has any questions, or we can move to the next one if not.
Bethany, you may be covering this in the next couple of slides, but is there any pattern in the award structure compared to what it was last year?
That's really not that I can discern in terms of the types of awards or the types of agencies, and the challenge with the award data, the new award data, is it's somewhat stochastic, right? Awards are made for 3 to 5 years, and so it's hard to have a robust kind of synthetic view of that. I'm going to highlight some of the types of awards in the next slide that we do have funding that are some highlights, but we're still seeing, and this is something that I'm keeping my eyes on. I'm going to be down in DC next week with the American and Public Land Grant University Council on Research to really talk to my colleagues about there have been a lot of changes in the agencies that really haven't really made their way into sort of new RFPs and what those look like. We're starting to get a taste of those. For example, the National Science Foundation had a new opportunity partnering with the Army. We just haven't seen that before. They have opportunities through their Directorate of Technology, Innovation, and Partnerships where universities actually can't be the lead organization, which is almost unprecedented at the National Science Foundation. So there are changes like that we're seeing in agencies that are going to shift the landscape of opportunities for our folks, and we're watching that very, very carefully. But it's very early days of now that we have a budget, which looks much more reassuring, how those monies are actually spent by agencies is still a shifting landscape.
Okay, thank you.
Next slide, please. I saw it come up. If we could have the next slide, that would be great. I don't know if it's stuck.
Mhm.
There we go. So I just wanted to tell some really nice kind of feel good stories in terms of some of the awards we are seeing coming in. And one pattern to speak to that question, Neil, is this trend we've really seen by the talent the university's been hiring in our early career people. And also, in addition, some teams that have gotten funding, which have been a combination really of some of our really early career faculty partnered with some of our more senior faculty that are real research leaders on campus. And so I'm really happy to see these kinds of mentoring relationships kind of come out in the success of our award portfolio. And so just a few things that I wanted to highlight. Just, it kind of cheers me up to be seeing these stories. So Caitlin Murdoch, who was started this fall in cell and molecular biology in the College of Environment and Life Sciences, just got an NIH Pathway to Independence Award. So this is, a few months out of the job. She's looking at metal-associated proteins and cellular metabolism. So, out of the gate, really building a successful research program at URI. A team out of the Graduate School of Oceanography, Reiner Lohman, who runs our STEEP Center. You've probably seen news on, that we're one of the leading institutes